So we've included Carrero resources and sales offices in the Middle East and Latin America, in the Asian Pacific Rim, and so forth. In addition, we have a large go-to-market strategy around sell-through partners. These are partners that maybe you don't know the Carrero name, but we OEM our technology to them.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. Joining me now is Carl Herberger. He is the CEO of Carrero Network Security. And Carl, it's good to see you. How are you?
Yeah, nice to be with you today, Steve. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thanks for asking. Excited to learn a bit more about the company. I know you've been on the job for about a year now as the CEO. And what led you to join Carrero? Tell me a bit about the company.
Oh, it's an exciting. First of all, it's an exciting space with an exciting technology. In a space, I think you probably know, Steve. I came over from one of the competitors where I was there for 10 years. So I know this space of technical service availability protections from cyber attacks, and Carrero has a challenger brand, both with challenging technology in the marketplace, challenging value proposition in the marketplace, as well as a beautiful culture of customer experience management that's bar none.
Boy, we sure have seen a rise on the need for network security, and you must deal with it every single day, as you mentioned. It's a threat that's not going anywhere.
No, it's not only not going anywhere. I don't know if you know, Steve, but this week there was a huge summit in Europe about AI. And
Yeah.
the big discussion about AI is, do we have enough energy to be able to generate the server compute that's required to generate all of what AI promises? So there's a new dawn that's among us and upon us with data center growth. The U.S. has 50%, over 50% of all the data centers in the world. And there's this new philosophy that's starting to come that actually data centers are the next natural resource associated with quality of life. And you're seeing an amazing new growth spurt in data centers and data center designs, which we factor into that portfolio handsomely. You can't have a data center without having protection for its availability.
Yeah. So you're looking at protecting internally and externally as well, right? You're sort of both functions, correct?
Yeah, sometimes you build a building and it has one tenant and you protect that entire building for that one tenant. Sometimes you build a building and you have 1,000 tenants, and each one of the tenants has to have their own security posture.
Okay. I know that you've announced that you're reinvigorating your go-to-market strategy and what's ahead, and part of that is the launch of the Core platform. So
Mhm.
tell me a little bit about sort of the strategy and more importantly what Core is.
Yeah, we couldn't be more excited. So on the go-to-market strategy, there's three things that we're doing that's changing the way in which we're actually essentially accelerating and executing on our acceleration of sales. The first is we have a much bigger geographic reach than we once did, whereas Carrero has historically reaped about 80% of its sales from the U.S. marketplace. We intend to continue to build upon that, but also build on what's being reaped around the world in service availability protection, or DDoS protection. So we've included Carrero resources and sales offices in the Middle East and Latin America, in the Asian Pacific Rim, and so forth. In addition, we have a large go-to-market strategy around sell-through partners. These are partners that maybe you don't know the Carrero name, but we OEM our technology to them. And when you buy their capabilities, you're actually buying under the surface a powered by Carrero product. This is at Akamai and at Juniper Networks and at GTT Networks, and you'll see more coming out from that, from those relationships and from additional relationships. And then, as you mentioned, we've developed over the course of the last year a new platform that gives people the ability to purchase more things around what we normally have delivered, which was anti-DDoS, or anti-distributed denial of service attack protection. People who normally buy distributed denial of service attack protection essentially buy accoutrements around it, which we haven't historically offered. In other words, Steve, people buy a hamburger and they normally buy fries and Coke. So what we've done with Core is be able to make sure that our very happy customers continue to stay within our portfolio, and they don't have to go somewhere else to buy things that are normally accoutrements to attack protection software, which is what we make. And what you're starting to see, and you'll see announcements throughout 2025 of both new products and new customers and new capabilities that we bring to the market, which will be exciting. It's basically, said another way, from a financial perspective, we
Yeah.
expect NRR to grow extremely fast and high in our portfolio over 2025.
Yeah, when I was reading a bit about researching the company, a lot of it was talked about, driving sales, driving growth. It seems that that's the mantra that you're going with for 2025. Is that accurate, Carl?
It's an execution story, absolutely.
Yeah.
The technology is incredibly differentiated. It results for customers often in dramatically less costs and incredible capability. This is a less than a second problem with a less of a second solution that's needed. So that technology that can know how to characterize the problem very quickly and adjust and protect against the attack very quickly, it's really incredible tech.
Yeah. That's a great way to describe it, less than a second, because if you don't, it could be years down the road before you're able to get back to where you were before, if you're even able to, for sure.
It's exactly
Carl,
right.
great to talk to you. Exciting work ahead, and it sounds like it's going to be a really interesting 2025, and we continue to look forward to following your story, okay?
Really nice to meet you, Steve. Thank you very much.
All right, good stuff. There's Carl Herberger. He's the CEO of Carrero Network Security.